Hello, you are watching Western Reserve News. I'm your host, Bruce Rogers, and we invite you to sit back and watch the highlights of meetings that we are doing this week. For the week beginning September 21st, 2015, Western Reserve News on Monday was at the Lordstown Village Council meeting. On Tuesday, Western Reserve News was at the Lexington Township meeting north of Alliance. On Wednesday, Western Reserve News was at the Canfield City Council meeting. And on Thursday, Western Reserve News was at the Latonia Board of Education meeting, along with somebody new. First off, at the Latonia Exempted Board of Education meeting, a new board member was sworn in.
Raise your right hand. Do you, Antoinette Manzetti, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as member of the Board of Education of the Latonia Exempted Village School District in Columbiana County, Ohio, to the best of your ability and in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereinafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office and until your successor is elected and qualified?
Most definitely, yes, I will.
Thank you.
Go Bears! My name is Toni Manzetti, goes by Antoinette, and I have been in the area for 33 years, and I am a retired teacher for Beaver Local of 30 years, and no, I'm not going to run because I'm looking forward to substituting again in this district.
Next up is Doug Jones with the Career Center report. Save money and get your cosmetology training cheaper at the Career Center.
I'll keep this very brief. I read in the paper where the school year started off very well here, so congratulations, as it did down at the Career Center. And I had something prepared from Jeremy Corbusello, and it's as we begin the 2015-16 school year at the Columbiana County Career and Technical Center, our students will experience many new things. We've just completed a renovation of our cosmetology lab where we have 3 Latonia juniors and 1 Latonia senior participating in that program. As part of that, there's an article in the paper and a very nice picture of it that I'll give you when I'm done here, but as part of that, they have new salon chairs, new stations, facial rooms, manicure, pedicure stations, along with hair washing sinks. Once students complete this program, they'll travel to Columbus with their class to sit for the state board and have to take a cosmetology exam. And upon passing the exam, they'll be ready to go out into the workforce and they can begin their career in cosmetology. Of interest, there's similar programs in Boardman and Canfield right now. They provide the exact same level of preparation as what's going on down at the Career Center. And if anybody was to go there, the cost is upwards of $20,000 per student to enroll after graduation. So the cosmetology students at the Career Center leave the program debt-free, and then they're prepared to start the career that they want to take, which is a really nice thing. On Fridays, if anybody wants to go down, they practice on anybody that wants to come in. You know, Rob, if you want a haircut.
Yeah, that's what I'll need.
But yeah, on Fridays, and including the students that are working in there, you can actually get 50 people in there. From past years, there are a lot of folks that come down on Fridays to get their hair done or get their nails done. And with the new setup, the way that it is and the way the room has been expanded, it's also handicap accessible this year. They're expecting a lot of business on Fridays. One of the other things I want to report on in the culinary program, the Career Center's adopted a new industry-recognized curriculum. It's called ProStart. And the ProStart curriculum will allow students to earn credentials that are recognized nationally in the culinary field for when they go to get jobs. Currently, there are 4 Latonia students in the culinary program. This program is rigorous in nature, but it will prepare the culinary students to enter the competitive workforce in a variety of positions that will permit professional growth throughout their career. Also, on Fridays, the restaurant will be open down there for lunch. That's been a big hit the last couple of years, and if you don't remember, I believe it was last year, the entire restaurant was redone. They try to improve something down there every year as long as they have funds available. Last year it was a restaurant, the cosmetology lab this year, the restaurant last year. 2 years ago it was the welding labs. They doubled the size of the welding labs because they have a waiting list of people that want to get into the welding classes, and they doubled the size from 25 to 50 students, and they still have a waiting list. So we're trying to do those kind of things, and we have Leetonia students taking advantage of that also. We continue to place a strong emphasis on employability skills. We've modified our work-based learning program to enable more students to participate in job shadowing and job placement. Students that participate in our summer internship may be eligible to earn 1 elective credit if all program requirements are met. And all of you, I'm sure you know, and I've mentioned this before, but periodically, at least every other month or so, they have industry leaders come down telling the Career Center what it is they need, what they're not seeing when they go to hire people, what credentials the people don't have, or the various things. And so the Career Center has been modifying their programs to make sure that the students, when they leave, they're ready to get a job when they go into these different fields.
And finally, the retiring Leetonia Chief of Police will be missed. By Michael Ruley.
I moved into Leetonia in 1990, 1991. I've seen a lot of things happen in the world. Going to the old football stadium to watch football games when I wasn't married and didn't have any kids, and I thought that was interesting. Watched construction of this building. Watched 9/11 happen and all of our Americans get killed. Watched Columbine. Watched the trench coat guys killing kids. I love this town, and I love the fact that when my kids come to school that they're safe. And I just want to take a moment because there's a big scuttlebutt going around town about the retirement of Chief John Saldana. Chief John, in my opinion, is an amazing individual, and I just want to take the opportunity myself personally to thank him for protecting the school, for giving us quality of life here, for allowing me to feel safe with my family here, for being on call 24 hours a day. This is my opinion. I think a lot of people in Leetonia feel this way. So I just want to take the moment and really, from the bottom of my heart, to thank him for the security that I've experienced over the last 20 years. I wish in my heart I could get him to reconsider retirement and stay with us. I don't know if I can, but I just want to take this platform to thank John from the bottom of my heart for 20 wonderful years.
At the Wednesday, October 23rd, Canfield City Council meeting, an update for the new fire station.
That the fire district still moving forward with the new fire station, and we did sign a contract with the architect. We are in the process of finalizing the contract for the parcel of land that it will be built on, and we have started a punch list, if you will, to figure out exactly what our needs are and what the station is going to look like, and those types of things. And then from there, the architect will come up with the drawings, and hopefully 2016, by springtime, we can start the building in our new station.
Mr. Morrison?
Yes.
Are we purchasing land, or is the fire district purchasing land?
The intent is right now, yes, to purchase land.
There is one traffic light that is still a problem.
Chief, any update on the Cardinal Drive traffic light?
None.
I agree with you that it needs looked at. The other issue with the traffic lights are the cameras, the fiber optic wires out, but as far as that cycle, I'll get with Joe and I'll check with Todd again first thing in the morning, but I don't believe there's a solution yet.
I've had more people complain about that than anything else. It's light in my head, but okay, I'll address it again.
The EPA says that Canfield's water is okay, but is it?
On Friday, the city received a letter from the drinking water notice from the city of Youngstown, and the notice was sent to us as a courtesy. The communities of Youngstown, McDonald, and Lordstown all had their water samples returned violating the maximum contaminant level. And the question became for us, did we have an obligation to send this letter out to our residents who use the water? And after discussion with Youngstown Water and the EPA, it was determined that we did not have to notify our residents of the contaminant issue, and the main reason being that our samples came back okay.
And there was some news put out with regard to the city of Youngstown saying that their tests had not met EPA standards. We do not test our water at the same time that City of Youngstown and McDonald does, and so our tests were taken at a different time frame. And in light of the fact that our tests came back in compliance would be why we did not have to do the notification. But it would be standard procedure for Youngstown, being our water supplier, to put the City of Canfield on notice because we are a satellite system in the City of Youngstown system.
And Canfield sets their Halloween hours, like everybody else, to Saturday, October 31st.
We reached out to all the surrounding communities regarding the Halloween hours, and Boardman's 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., Austintown's 5:30 to 7:30, Salem's 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Joe and I did have dialogue on this issue, and I would suggest 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Canfield Township's waiting for us, and whatever we agree to, they will go with it. So Austintown, just to our north, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's what I would recommend. I don't know, is that something we can deal with now?
Yeah, we can set those hours now, is that?
Saturday, October 31st. 5 p.m.
Make a motion that Halloween trick-or-treat hours be Saturday, October 31st, between the hours of 5 and 7 p.m.
Second that. Okay. Roll that.
Yeah. Mr. Dragish?
Yes.
Mr. Cosar?
Yes.
Mr. Morvay?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Tisch?
Yes.
At the Lexington Township meeting, Lexington Township's council talks about ballot wording.
Okay.
Number one was the issue on the language on the ballot that we have upcoming.
Yeah.
I contacted the Secretary of State. They told me they're going to clarity issues for people to vote on. So it's short and sweet, and they can vote yes or no without too much language being involved.
And we were right. That's why it is plainer language, if you will.
They did give us the option to change or add to or submit to them a request to change it, and I told them I didn't think we wanted to do that.
Would you guys like to make it longer and more difficult to read and confusing? Easy decision.
We can put in some revised code sections and make reference to those.
Lexington Township's council ponders procedure.
Now, the third thing was to find out from the auditor is whether or not we can forgive any or all of the assessment that the township makes when we clean properties or we knock down houses or otherwise. And if so, what is the procedure? Well, we have the procedure. It's a resolution. You can forgive all or part of it by draft. I can draft a resolution. We send it to the auditor. I have her name and address where it goes, and they will remove that. That's because somebody brought into Jill $500 and promptly didn't know what to do with the money. Who gets it? They told us we can keep it, but we'll have to pass a resolution or otherwise, if that's what that money is for, to have that removed. And I said, well, we don't want to do that yet because we don't have a total agreement somebody's jumped, I didn't know we agreed to 500 or 1,500. I didn't know.
Well, she said she'd bring in the 500 before the end of the month, the first 500.
I was here when she brought it in.
Yeah.
It was still, but she was going to make payment.
Correct.
Yeah.
And she said she would be bringing the rest in. But she said, I wanted to be sure that I got this in before the end of the month. Because
Good faith gesture, nothing wrong with that.
okay.
When she brings in the maximum she's supposed to, then we can pass a resolution releasing that $9,000 or $10,000 or $12,000 fine. And we don't have to pay them any 2% collection fee.
And the balance of the tax is what? Because I want to have her writing and understanding that we don't control the balance of any tax.
I think she,
Only the assessment.
I think she might have paid part of the taxes on
Okay.
it. Right, yeah. And
Well,
then
again, I
she
just
was
like to avoid misunderstandings.
And then I
We don't have her in here sometimes saying, hey, I paid you $1,500 and then you got some bill. Not from us. All right, I would suggest, what do you want to do with the check? Just hold it for now?
That's up to you. I can hold it.
I would hold it for now,
Okay.
just until we work out some deal. And if it's all right with you, I'll just coordinate something with Ken in terms of a resolution/agreement. Sound good?
Yes.
Lexington Township's zoning officer tells of complaints about Alliance Recycling.
Okay. I had a call from a gentleman on River that is very upset about the condition of Alliance Recycling. He said the smell, the trash flying around and all is bothering him. And he said he had left a message, wanted to talk to you. I'm sure it's about the same thing.
Okay.
And I just told him I would check it out. And I did go yesterday, and it's looking pretty crappy around there. And they're up in November for the renewal of their conditional use permit. So maybe you could give me some thoughts, things that we might want to suggest are in use conditional use, like better cleaning it up and not so much stuff around. So. And then yesterday I found people living in a camper out off of Florida. The sheriff was kind enough to go out and notify them that it was not permitted. The homeowner called and said that they moved to Florida. They were only going to be in it until it was fully moved to Florida. And I explained to her that was a violation and she could be charged up to $100 a day. So my understanding is the camper is now down and going to be hauled away.
Is there a roundabout in Lexington Township's future?
Reminder, it is important that everyone keep in mind the Stark County Engineer's Office will be holding a public meeting here on September 30th from 6 to 8 to discuss the proposed roundabout project at Beeson and Freshly.
Lexington Township trustees sets Halloween to Saturday, October 31st.
All right, it's that time of year where we have to do one of the most important things your Board of Trustees handles for you every single year like clockwork, and that is scheduling trick-or-treat. I didn't think I'd hold you guys up tonight, but we're probably going to be debating this a while.
Pretty heavy. You want to call Mr. Moffitt?
Remember my saying, what would Moffitt do? Actually, all kidding aside, it's a no-brainer, right? Want to schedule the trick-or-treat for the 31st from 5 to 7?
Sounds good to me.
All right, look at that. We'll take care of that. I'll move that we schedule our trick-or-treat for October 31st from 5 to 7 p.m.
Second.
Yes, very good.
On Monday, at the Lordstown Village Council meeting, an extension for bids on a fire truck is approved by council. And Mayor Hill gives his report to council.
Mayor's report. We had a fairly successful apple cider festival. It was kind of slim pickings a little bit there with some of the, didn't have quite as many booths as we usually have, but on Saturday it was kind of rainy, but I think we had a pretty successful festival. I'll be asking council, to decide when to have Halloween under new business. LEC, the Lordstown Energy Center, has received their last permit. It was the 17th of September. They will be a 30-day appeals period, but since nobody has appealed before people do not really have standing to be able to appeal it, so that permit will be finalized October 17th. The air permit was issued probably almost a month ago, and I believe the appeals period for that has come and gone. There will be just a couple more small I's to dot, and hopefully we'll be having a groundbreaking by the end of October. And that's it for the mayor's report. Mr. Reader.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion that we authorize the clerk to advertise for 3 days for any non-profit organization with a fire truck. Anyone interested?
Okay, everybody heard the motion by Mr. Reader to advertise for the unused fire truck. Is there a second to that?
I think it needs to include tax-exempt non-profit, yes.
Okay. Tax-exempt non-profit.
And the advertisement should require that they submit a copy of their IRS letter showing that they are tax-exempt. 501.
They should have to show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or in the ad, say they're going to have to provide that. Yeah.
Where are we going to advertise this?
Tribune on our website.
Okay, everybody heard the motion? Amended by the solicitor. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
Second by Radka. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Everybody else is. So, Lordstown Council set Halloween in the village to, what else? Saturday, October 31st.
I'll make a motion that we set trick or treat from 5 to 7 on October 31st, 2015.
Okay, everybody heard the motion from Karen. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Second by Radka. Comments or questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.